So I know I'm a little late to my 295 reviews. I have had a lot of stuff going on in my life outside of MMA commentary. I am a very busy person. I keep myself busy, especially in these times. I try to have multiple projects, multiple things. So when one takes precedent over the other, I have to shift priorities. And I spent the last couple days working on a video project that me and a group of people were doing. Can't say too much about it, but that's where I was making a lot of money from. So I had to shift my priorities and put full focus into that. Sprung up out of nowhere, so I'm just getting it done right now. But moving on, was Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka in early stoppage. Yeah, I'm gonna go with maybe because I see where people saw that, but I also thought that it was justifiable to call the fight there because you don't really see too many people pull full mount like that, and you could really see that Yuri was hurt. Do I think Yuri could have recovered? Yes, he's recovered from worse, like the up kick from Dominic Reyes in that fight. He went out, even admits he went out for a little bit, and then he came back to it and finished the fight. So Yuri's not a quitter by any means of the word. In fact, Yuri is the opposite of a quitter. He's a warrior, and that's what made this title fight so memorable. It's just two people who have straight up warrior mentality going at it. And Yuri's not the guy you want to mess with in any way, shape, or form like that. He's not a joke, but neither is Alex Pereira. Now, I can't take anything away, and I'm not just saying this because I was Team Alex this time, but Alex Pereira has shocked the MMA world, and his career trajectory has gone up here, where his rival Israel Adesanya, the guy who's so high and mighty because he went 1-3. Now, I defended Israel Adesanya with that DUI. I'm not going to defend him with the dog stuff. I'm not going to defend him with acting like going 1-3 with Alex Pereira means he's a better fighter because you still lost the guy 3 times. I think he milked that. His Dricus Duplessis thing was absolutely atrocious, but MMA karma works in very mysterious ways. Sean Strickland destroyed Adesanya, and then Alex Pereira is now a two-division champion, which is what is so awesome about this because it's a gigantic middle finger to Adesanya. Now, I'm not an Adesanya hater, but his past behavior over the past has just really made me not like him anymore, and it's just made me kind of like understand the fans who are walking away from him because he hasn't given himself a public image that's really long lasting. I think the stardom really got to his head when he had a lot to criticize that he didn't really work on a whole lot. But let's move forward now. Alex Pereira, um, he had that fight in the bag, I feel like. I mean, Yuri had moments too, but the way he was kicking Yuri's leg, and it just looked like Alex was barely trying to kick his leg, and we just kind of saw that. Like he was kicking the leg and you saw Yuri fall from underneath himself. It didn't really look like Alex was putting a lot of effort into that, and it was still doing damage with Yuri. And I think we're seeing with Alex is he's not overextending himself too much. Now, is there times where he can push the gas a little bit more? I really think so, especially in that fight. He seemed a little dormant until he got that lucky hook. Now, if he got that I don't know if it was lucky or well timed, but had Yuri continued to press the action like that, I think we would have definitely been looking at Yuri being the two-time light heavyweight champion of the world. Uh, but he got that hook, and then I saw Yuri just really go down and pull full mount, and that's the end of the fight. That was just it in my eyes. Now at MSG, they always have those early stoppages, kind of. But he did have Adesanya out on skates. I mean, same thing happened where you think the fight could have gone on a little bit longer. But you got to understand that the ref's job is to be cautious, and if he thinks that the fight's over, it's done. You got to save the fighter who's on the losing end of that before they sustain any permanent health damage or anything like that. Mario Yakasami is not around that anymore. So they're just trying to do something better because you want to make sure your fighters can come back and take more punishment another day. Um, but good on him. Pull the ref off. The ref just kind of did what I thought he needed to do. A lot of people like to give him garbage about that, but I've also seen that same ref give certain fighters different uh, more drawn out stoppages, I feel like. But in order to really know this for certain who the better fighter is, because both fighters had really good moments, I do really think a rematch should be in order. Now, do they want to do Pereira versus Adesanya 3 at light heavyweight? Maybe, but I feel like Adesanya needs to really earn his way to go at 205. He needs to get his middleweight belt back and then try and make it a super fight. That's what I feel should happen. But then, what I also feel is Yuri Prochazka does deserve a chance to reclaim his throne. Now, Jamal Hill is supposed to be coming back pretty soon. He says he can beat Alex on the feet, maybe. And Jamal is a very good striker. I think Jamal is really up there when it comes to his fight IQ. He's very underrated. He put on a clinic against Glover Teixeira and he made things happen for himself. I'm impressed, and I think Jamal Hill's stock is at an all-time high. Also, maybe Yuri and Jamal should fight for the title shot, but also Jamal has every right to ask for an immediate title shot because he was holding the belt just like Yuri was. So why not? And then maybe if, like, let's say Jamal falls short against Alex Pereira, then Yuri and Jamal should fight because that's also a fight that does need to happen. Those two obviously have not a bad blood beef, but they really do have a fight hyped up that they really want to bring out of that. Um, but I would say that I would call for a Pereira Prohashka rematch just to ensure because it's definitely a winnable fight for Prohashka. I saw stuff in there that indicated that Alex is very susceptible to being hit, and if Yuri made some adjustments, we might be seeing a different story, right? Early stoppage or not. I mean, I think it's so. I thought it was just justifiable because of the mount pull. I just don't see people go down like that and never come back. But um, they could run it back. That's all I'm saying. Because I just, like I said, I see both early stoppage, not early stoppage. I see the arguments for that. The only way to settle this is for a rematch, I feel. That'd be a good first defense for Pereira because I think like if Pereira got some defenses on at least one of those belts and came back and just kind of like solidified because a lot of people are still trying to nitpick Alex's career. Um, to some credit where it counts, there's some things about Alex's career because I don't think he's GOAT status, but I definitely think that he has shocked the UFC world and just shocked MMA altogether. And the climb he's made in such a short amount of time has been super incredible. But having said that, I call for the rematch. But I am impressed with this main event. I really enjoyed the outcome of it. I'm glad Alex won that double champ status. Um, but that's what I got to say. That's what this main event has really brought out. But thank you guys very much for your patience. For those of you who comment on the channel, I know there's not a lot of you right now, but I got to put out more videos if I want to get more traction on that. But thank you guys very much for tuning in, and thank you for the wait. I just had a lot of stuff going on in life, and now I'm going to make some more videos, pump those out on different events in UFC 295 before I add on to what's going on before our next round of fights. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.